Good evening, everyone. I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you joining us for the Microsoft Imaging Cup 2024 awareness session, a collaborative effort by the MS Club of SLIIT and Microsoft Learn student ambassadors. I'm your host, Purnima Veerasekara. Tonight, we embark on a journey to explore the Microsoft Imaging Cup, an iconic global student technology competition. This competition provides a unique platform for students like us to express our passion for technology, offering categories such as sustainability, innovation, and industry. In this competition, students can tap into their inventivity, bring life into their ideas, and make a tangible impact on the world. Along with transformative journey, participants have the opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals, acquire new skills, gain technical knowledge, receive valuable training and mentorship, have the chance to win cash prizes in the end. I extend a heartfelt welcome to our valuable guest for today, Dr. Nuwan Kodagoda, the Dean, Faculty of the Computing, SLIIT, and Mr. Prabath Mannapperuma, Technology Strategist, Global Partner Solutions at Microsoft South Asia. We appreciate your valuable time and presence at today's event. Now, I have the honor of inviting Dr. Nuwan Kodagoda to make us aware of the value of the Imagine Cup competition. Sir, over to you.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. So good evening, students. So it's really nice to be here. There are about 50 students here and also participants. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Prabath Mannapperuma. I'm not sure whether he's in the call, but he has been always helping us with Imagine Cup. And I want to thank, on behalf of SLIIT, your involvement in supporting CodeFest and bringing the message about CodeFest to our students. And also, obviously, I want to thank the MS Club for organizing this. So thank you, MS Club. So they have been doing some wonderful things over the past years, and part of their work has been to promote Imagine Cup. So, so I welcome all of you students to this particular session. I believe most of you might have completed the final year project. And probably you have got your results. Uh, I suspect most of you are in that category, but I also know that maybe there are a few of you maybe in the third year or maybe just going to start the fourth year project, or you already have some kind of project idea in mind, but it doesn't matter what category you belong to. So Imagine Cup, as mentioned by the earlier speaker, is a wonderful opportunity to showcase your talents to the entire world. And so I'll kind of tell you how you can approach this. So if you are a student who is graduating and you have finished your final year project, I am sure you have a great final year project. That's why you are here and you want to take it further. If that is the case, what you have to do is, I think Prabath will talk about the rules and regulations for Imagine Cup 2024, and you'll get to know about the competition. So see how much your project that you already have developed aligns with the Microsoft Imagine Cup targets or goals or the theme that is given. And you may have to customize your presentation or maybe do slightly some changes on how you present your product that you have already developed. That's if you are a fourth year student and are graduating to meet the Microsoft Imagine Cup theme. There might be some of you who are in the June batch and still going on in the fourth year, second semester in 2024. And maybe you have a very good product that you have developed as a prototype. So then you have a little bit more working to do, because at Imagine Cup, of course, you don't have to have a complete product, but I think they will tell you exactly what you need to have. You need to fine tune your solution to what the competition talks about. So there are some themes, I believe. So you will get to know about it. And in the past, we have had some very good second year students and third year students coming up with very innovative ideas and even winning in the national level competition or the initial level stages, even though they are second year and third year students. So if there are such students, I would also welcome them openly to look at the theme and then see whether you can come up with something innovative. So as I mentioned, so this is really a platform where you can actually showcase what you have been able to achieve and have kind of pitch it at a real world kind of thing. So I have seen students. So we have the Nana Shilpa group also here. So I'm pretty sure I don't have to introduce them or tell them what they were able to achieve in 2022. So they were able to go to US as part of this, and they were able to get a wide range of exposure. And that is really what Imagine Cups offers you if you really do really well. So there are many success stories. I have seen students from SLIIT way back, I believe in 2007, 2008 period, where we had a group that won the Imagine Cup, which was held in Egypt. So they have, now they are actually working in different parts of the world. So they have, we have had many other successes as well. So I think one of the other things that you get to know is, like, if you do compete in competitions like Imagine Cup, you do get an opportunity to meet others. So people like Prabath and others from Microsoft, you will certainly meet them. And if you progress in the competition, you will have mentors from Microsoft and maybe other organizations that will help you to develop your solution. And these connections become very important to you. Now, I think Nana Shilpa is here, and they will kind of share their experience when they went to Seattle at the finals. So one of the things that you have to do in the Imagine Cup is, like, okay, you do a fantastic project, but you have to pitch your idea in about 3 to 4 minutes. Probably, I think it's 3 minutes. So that is called the elevator pitch. So in about 3 minutes or so, you have to kind of tell the world or your judges or maybe the important person about what your project is about. And I'm sure Nana Shilpa will tell you about their experience. So it's a very difficult thing to do. Like, you can keep on talking about what you have done, but to highlight the important parts in about 2 to 3 minutes, that's very tough. But that is very relevant today in the industry. Now, say maybe you will actually join the industry as part of an IT company, or maybe you will have your own startup, or you will work at a startup. So there is this kind of presentation called the elevator pitch, and this is very much important for startups and also IT companies that want to get funding. So what typically happens is, like, when a startup has a very good product or a minimal viable product, they will actually present their idea to potential investors, and that needs to be done at a very short period of time. So getting a presentation done in about 3 minutes and conveying all your ideas to the party, like maybe it is the investors for your organization, or it could be maybe someone else that you're pitching your idea to, is an important skill, right? So sometimes, like, it will help you, like maybe like you work in a, when you go to the industry, maybe you are going to work in a very big company, and maybe you can't meet all your senior people, and maybe the idea of this elevator pitch comes from there. Like, if you meet your boss, or maybe you meet your basically it's meant to be an investor, and you have only about 1 or 2 minutes to tell about your story, or you want to communicate your idea, then you should be able to have the communication skill to do that, and that is the elevator pitch. And through the Imagine Cup, you will actually learn those skills, because you have to pitch your idea in a very short period of time, in about 3 minutes, about what you have done when you go to the final stage. So I think that's a very important thing, irrespective of where you work. That particular skill is very important. And you will get many opportunities to learn various types of technologies, Microsoft technologies, non-Microsoft technologies. And I think by participating in the Imagine Cup, I think you have taken the right step. I think all of you are winners coming here. Your kind of inclination to say that, I want to look at what Imagine Cup is. So great that you are here, but work towards, like, coming up with a competitive project along which aligns with the Microsoft Imagine Cup 2024. I'm pretty sure you will do well. Even last year, our students did really well, the SLIIT students. So I think if you, so we have a lot of talented students. So please make this opportunity, make this Imagine Cup as a platform to showcase your talents to the world. So I and many others are really looking forward to see what you are able to bring up to the table. So I want to wish you all the very best of luck, and I hope you will have an enjoyable journey uh, through the Imagine Cup. So I believe there are stages that Prabath and others will tell you about it. So I want to wish you all the very best. Please compete in this competition, and there are a lot of things that you will gain through competing. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Nuwan Kodagoda. Uh, Today we explore how you can achieve your goals through the Microsoft Imagine Cup. We are privileged to have an exceptional speakers with us, Mr. Prabath Mannapperuma, Regional Partner Technology Strategist at Microsoft and the founder of STEM Up Educational Foundation. Sir, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for the nice intro. Thanks again, Dr. Nuwan, for being supportive throughout the journey. I think you are a great pillar behind the success of all the students, and being alumni of SLIIT. I'm proud to be here today to take you through Microsoft Imaging Cup competition. I think Dr. Nuwan also was given a really nice recap based on the experience he had with the students during last multiple years. So Microsoft Imaging Cup this year, we are organizing it for the 22nd year. So Imaging Cup considered as the Olympic of IT world, because when you look at Olympic, it is consistently happening like once in 4 years. Likewise, Imaging Cup is there once a year. We are celebrating continuously for 22 years. And when you look at the competition history, you can see it's a prestigious competition which you also can be part of. Before getting to Imaging Cup, I would like to touch a couple of other points, because you should first realize why you should be part of such competition. Now, when you really look at the industry today, number of how many graduates will come out in a particular year as per your understanding. As per the insights I gathered, it might be close to 5,000. Not only students who are studying in Sri Lanka, but in abroad as well, because most of the time, the students who are studying abroad are also coming back to their motherland and continue their the career, right? So in that case, there will be that many number of students coming out from all the public and private universities in Sri Lanka and other global universities in a particular year. So with that, the number of good opportunities in the market, because recently Slarscom reached out to me that there are multiple councils. One of the councils related to this is skilling and the job opportunities for youngers. They reached out to me and said, Prabath, there's a requirement for 5,000 internships in the country, but only 1,000 can be catered with the current situation, because when it comes to an internship, there is a capex. Each and every organizations have to put, right? Because when it comes to internship, it's most of the time the investment organizations made versus the return they get would be not balanced, right? Because end of the day, that is required for the industry. I'm not saying no, but when it comes to the business, like when we are looking at that from the business perspective, it's a bit challenging with current situation, right? Current economical situation, not only in Sri Lanka, but globally. Now, there are opportunities. I'm not just trying to, demotivate you guys. There are opportunities, but I'm saying there's a challenge. But as SLIIT student, being part of the best IT institute in the country, I would say, you should know how you can come out of that 5,000, 8,000 and be on top of them, right? For that, I will give you 3 points. First one, contribute to the community, be part of communities. But one message I want to share is right now I am seeing a very bad trend where if you take one student, that student is trying to be part of almost all the communities available inside the university. I'm not going to name anything, right? I'm not against that also. I'm just trying to say you have to be a superhuman being if you're trying to manage all these 10, 15 communities and then focus on your studies, right? So my message there is, yes, you should be contributing to communities, but team, please limit that, maybe 1 or 2, right? Because you can't really put a quality purpose, like quality focus on any of these if you're trying to put everything into your own, right? pockets, right? So don't do that. But continue your contributions, because when you are continuing your contributions, you can learn, because you learn and share that. When you give back to the community, you also get a lot of things in return, right? That is number one. The second one is grabbing industry skill sets while you are at the university. I know I'm personally engaging with Dr. Nuwan and the rest of the staff members and the leadership team on certain initiatives. I see that commitment from the university, how they can make sure, how they are making sure that you are getting the industry know-how also while you are at the university, because that is really necessary right now. When you are getting into an industry, when you're getting into organization, if organizations have to spend like another 6 months to get you up to the speed, that is going to be really challenging. But even before you get out from the university, if you have all these industry know-how, at least fundamental level and level 100 certifications, you'll be in a totally different level. Now, I was sharing two different ways of coming out of that 5,000 and being on top of them. First one, if I recap, being part of communities, actively contributing to them, right? The second one is grabbing industry skill sets and certification while you are at university. If you look at Microsoft, we have been continuously giving all these opportunities to you. SLIIT is also part of a program called MSLE, Microsoft Learn for Educators. Through that also you can get most of these benefits. When you are picking the technologies, now you are at the university, you might be thinking there are multiple principles out there, multiple technology platforms out there. How I can pick one? Again, you can't be, keeping your hands in 10 to 15 platforms. So, principal technologies. If you look at cloud technologies, we have Azure, AWS, GCP, and a couple of other. But my message is, I know I'm coming from Microsoft. I will always push you to Microsoft technologies. But the reason here is when you look at globe, more than 95% of Fortune 900, Fortune 500 companies are using Microsoft technologies. When you say Fortune 500, they are the biggest organizations on the globe. When you look at Sri Lanka, more than 80% of organizations are relying on Microsoft technologies, can be either modern work like Office 365, Microsoft 365, security, or cloud. Right? Then when you are entering either global market or local market, you have to pick that technology platform which you want to study. Right? So my message is when you're picking that platform, think about that, because one day you have to go to market, right? You have to enter the industry and continue your career. If you have learned something which can't be applied into your day job, it's a waste of time. Just think about that and continue that. 1 and 2 completed. I hope you get the message. The third, being part of global competitions like Imaging Cup. Because as I said earlier, this is considered as the Olympic. So being part of Olympic, once in a lifetime opportunity sometimes. I'm not going to spend much time on that because we have students who have really experienced that, who got an opportunity to be in US, meeting all our COP team members, and amazing opportunity. I'm sure I will let Kalpani and the team to explain that in their own words. You also have that opportunity, right? Because this year we have introduced a lot of other additional benefits. I will take you through the presentation, then you will understand the investment Microsoft is making. So please grab this opportunity. Winning or defeating doesn't matter. Be part of that. That would definitely add a huge value, because as Dr. Nuwan said, you will be going through different rounds, different mentorships. You will get an opportunity to meet people, talk to people inside Sri Lanka and outside Sri Lanka. That's going to be a really amazing opportunity. I know some of you might be busy with your projects, exams. Doesn't matter. Please focus on your studies. That is number one, right? Because you have invested a lot and you have to really get that return. However, if you want to get out of that 5,000, you have to think twice. Meantime, you focus on your studies, put that quality time and effort on Imaging Cup. I'm sure you will get the best out of it. That effort will definitely add additional value to yourself, your university, and to our country, right? So with that, let me share my screen and take you through a couple of slides. It won't take much time, but even after that, I will stay till the end for your Q&A. So let me go to the next slide. So Imaging Cup, I'm not going to spend time again. You know what it is, right? It's a global competition which is open for all the students across the globe. This year we have initiated a different round for Sri Lanka, which means you will be still part of the global competition, but we will be picking top 3 winners of Sri Lanka out of all the entries, and you will be awarded separately from Microsoft Sri Lanka perspective. But again, you will be still part of the global competition round. If you are age 18 and above, you can be part of the competition. I'm sure you all have fulfilled that basic requirement, and then you have to be part of accredited educational institute. So you're part of SLIIT, you are fulfilling that requirement. So there can be only up to 4 students per team, right? There can't be more than 4. And then those students can come from multiple different universities, right? If you are a student who is studying in another university, plus SLIIT, don't worry, you can still be part of the competition, because this time we have changed that term a bit. This time we have made it a bit flexible, which allows you to create teams with the students from different universities. But I'm not encouraging that, because when it comes to preparations and all, you have to really, it will make your life easier if all 4 members are from the same university. Just keep that in mind. But again, you have that flexibility. Some of the information visible on the previous slide, but I intentionally skipped that because I want to explain this setup here on this slide. So AI, artificial intelligence, is being infused to almost all the industries right now with the spike we see on Gen AI, generative AI, right? Now, Microsoft is also spearheading in that area. I'm sure you are pretty much aware, since you are keeping your eyes open on the technology. With the investments we have made on OpenAI, we are keep investing on the area in multiple different ways. Now, if you have heard about Microsoft for Startups program, under that we have something called Founders Hub. Normally, if you are having an active startup with a particular repeatable IP, intellectual property, or a solution, we are accepting you for that Founders Hub program into the level 1 stage. But this time, for you as a student, you have got a golden opportunity to be part of this Founders Hub program, even without having a solid startup, solid business case. Once you submit your business proposal on imagingcup.com even today, you will, after a quick validation, we will be getting access to Founders Hub level 1 program, or initiative that level, which will allow you to get $1,000 worth of Azure credit plus 2,500 USD worth of Azure OpenAI credits. When Kalpani and the team, even last year teams, they were competing, they never got this opportunity. This is a golden opportunity. That's why I said, even though you are competing, like defeating or winning, doesn't matter, you get all these benefits, team. So that's why I'm requesting all of you to be part of this competition. This time you get 1,000 worth of Azure credits and 2,500 USD worth of Azure OpenAI credits, which can definitely be useful for you to build your product further. Infusing AI is must. I would recommend all of you to have a module, like a component, which will be infused with AI, specifically Gen AI, by using OpenAI credits, which you are getting, because that is needed. AI is the buzzword now, especially Gen AI is the buzzword now, which is being infused to almost all Microsoft products. You might have heard about Copilot integrations and all. So with that, you also can include that, and highly recommend you to include that in your product or the solution you're promoting here, trying to submit here. And then the deadline of submitting your initial business proposal would be 24th of January, but next slide I will further discuss that. After that, you have to submit MVP, minimum viable product. There's a change here, team. So last year, or even before that, there was no requirement for you to submit an MVP. That time, some of you submitted MVP while others were just submitting a prototype or something. But that is not possible this time. By February 9th, you have to submit a minimum viable product. I don't have any definition on top of my mind, but basically MVP. Now, let's say you have a solution, you are proposing a solution which will have maybe close to 10 to 15 use cases. But as MVP, you should be implementing maybe 5 out of them, because we want to see the product, right? Which might not be 100% functional, which is fine, 100% optimized, train if you are using any models. But again, you have to have a product. You can't be just solving a dummy prototype which has a couple of screens. No, that is not going to work. You had to have a product, can be a desktop application, can be a web-based application, mobile application, doesn't matter. You have to have a minimum viable product by February 9th. As I said, you will be rewarded if you are going to be part of Emerging Cup round. If you are from Sri Lanka, if you are picking Sri Lanka in your like submission form, you will be entering into a different rewarding mechanism where we are picking top 3 entries from Sri Lanka, and you will be rewarded during a special event we are organizing in Sri Lanka with certain distinguished government and private sector officials. So you will be getting that opportunity. Other than that, if you are going to be the winner of this competition, you will be getting 100,000 worth of cash prize and a once in a lifetime opportunity to have a mentoring session with Microsoft Chairman and CEO Satya Nadella. If you want to go there, you have to submit your entry by 24th of Jan and then submit your MVP by February 9th. And also a lot of publicity. I'm sure Kalpani and the team will be sharing the real experience and the exposure they got out of this competition. So this is the timeline, everyone. As I said earlier, now we are at the qualifying round. Once you submit your business proposal by 24th of January, you will be getting into the Founders Hub, Microsoft for Startup Founders Hub Level 1, which will give you Azure credit plus Azure OpenAI credit. And then by February 9th, between 26th of Jan and February 9, you have to submit your minimum viable product. You will be getting a different window in imagingcup.com where you can submit your MVP. And then there'll be a semi-final round. As you know, there are basically 3 different semi-finals round, one for Asia, one for EMEA, one for US. So 3 different semi-finals round. You will be obviously going through the Asia semi-final. If you are getting into the top team of that semi-final round, you will be advanced into the World Championship, which will happen in parallel to Microsoft Build annual event in US Seattle, and you will be able to fly to US like what Kalpin and the team did, and all the cost associated will be covered by Microsoft. Again, that is going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity. That's pretty much all I want to cover on this PPT, but bear with me, I will take you through the portal quickly. You can see the last year winning team, they were from Kenya. So Sri Lanka, yes, we are a small country, but we have a really, really good footprint on Emerging Cup competition. And Dr. Nuwan also tried to take you through the history. If you go to imagingcup.com, you will see the history. What are the Sri Lankan teams, like who are they, from which university, and the levels they could go through. But still, we couldn't get the cup. Team, I'm sure. I strongly believe in you. I'm sure Dr. Nuwan and whole SLIIT administration, lecturers, everyone is looking at you. I'm sure you have that potential of bringing this cup to Sri Lanka. It is similar to bringing an Olympic award to Sri Lanka team. It's similar to that. It's in that level because 150 plus countries, students from 150 countries are competing. It's a huge honor and a lot of money as well. If you're bringing that cup, you're bringing close to 30 million LKR worth of money back to Sri Lanka. It's not about money, but again, it is also important, right? It's life changing. So please be part of the competition and don't miss that opportunity. Let me quickly go through the fact session of imagingcup.com. Let me share my screen again. So this is the website, imagingcup.com. You can search Microsoft Imaging Cup on your favorite search engine. You can get in there directly as well. When you go there, you can click on register now. Basically, you can log in with your personal Microsoft account. When I say personal Microsoft account, it can be either with your Google or Gmail or Outlook, Yahoo, anything. You can create a Microsoft account with that. Just log in with it. Your team leader, first thing is you have to come up with a team, right? When you're picking the team, try your best to pick team members with different experiences from different backgrounds. If you have 4 team members who are really good at programming, you have a bit of a risk. I think Dr. Nuwan also touched that. Even though you have the best solution in the world, if you don't know how to position, if you don't know how to share the right message in front of a panel of judges, or when you're creating your business plan, if you really don't know how to, get that, like bring that out of that document. When someone is reading through it, they should be able to understand what exactly you have done, what is the problem statement and the magnitude of it, right? Because if you are trying to find a solution for a very small problem statement which applies onto a only into your village or a small population in Sri Lanka, which will not have that much of weight of winning the competition. So try your best when you're picking the solution. Try your best and see whether it can be applied to majority, at least to Asia Pacific or India, like population like that. Then it makes really sense, right? And it has to be repeatable. So when you go there, you should be able, like once you prepare your team, you have to appoint a leader. That leader has to go to imagingcup.com and then create the team. As a first step, once you register, you will be getting a window where you can create the team and add your other team members. Team leader can simply enter other team members' Microsoft email addresses and invite them to your team, and they can accept that link and then join the team. Then all the team members will also visible on Imaging Cup portal, right? And then you can submit the business proposal, the document. You can find hundreds of business proposal templates. I'm sure your lectures will also be supporting even MS Club of SLIIT. Do reach out to us. Do reach out to me on LinkedIn or any other media. Happy to help team guide you through the process. If I go back to the fact section, I will quickly go through this. Basically, how you can register for the competition. You have to go to imagingcup.com. As I said, you can register. Who can participate in the competition if you are 18, if you are age 18 and above, part of a educational institute, higher education institute, you can be part of that. You are eligible for that. And then what projects are eligible for the competition? This time, all the projects are eligible, but you have to have like get them AI infused, right? That is must. How you can prepare for the competition? You have Microsoft Learn as the platform which will help you to skill up on Microsoft technology, because using Azure as the public cloud platform is must for this competition. But you can feel free to use any other open source technologies, like frameworks and technologies when you're developing the product, doesn't matter. Microsoft Learn is one, and then Imaging Cup GitHub, we have account where we have hosted nice set of courses which will help you to understand how you can get ready for the competition. If I quickly take you through, if I click on learning, you can see there are plenty of content available, how to pitch your company, how to build a presentation from the scratch, how you can brand and name your startup, how to build a team, how to validate your startup idea with real customers. Likewise, there are multiple areas have been touched on this content, so please go through them. Then coming back to the fact section of the website, how do I view my team and information? As I said earlier, from the account page, you can see them. Do I need to create a team or join a team? If you have a team, your leader will only be creating a team. Other members can join a team. If you don't have, you have to create a team and get other teams onboarded. How to submit a project? As I said earlier, you can go to account page and submit your proposal, and by 9th you have to submit the MVP as well. To stay up to date with the announcements and all, you can sign up into any of these social media channels, and there's a Discord channel as well. You can be part of that, or you can reach out to MS Club or to us if you need any support or assistance. So on the GitHub page, as I said earlier, GitHub repo, you can find student focused content. Deadlines are already, like I shared the deadlines. By 24th of January, you had to submit the business proposal, and by 9th of February, you had to submit the MVP. So as I said, winning or defeating doesn't matter, be part of it, because this is life-changing experience. If you have previously completed in Imaging Cup, you can be part of it, right? If you are a Microsoft Student Learn ambassador who want to be part of it, there are certain things mentioned on the fact document. Just download it and see when it comes to usage of the special facilities you are given. You have to be mindful of that. But again, if you are MLSA, you are still eligible to be part of the competition. So this is good question. Some of you might be having a startup, because as I said, this time our intention is to build AI entrepreneurs out of this competition, right? while you are at the university. So if you haven't received funding, external funding up to 50K as of today, if your startup hasn't received funding up to USD 50K, you are eligible to be part of the competition, right? The language, obviously English would be the language. If you are selected, you will be getting alerted via email. So this is the fact session. If you have any other questions which we didn't answer, majority of the questions will be answered here in this document. You can simply download this. Soon after my session, I'll be sharing all these links on the chat window. You can go through that. Again, when you're picking the team members, try your best to pick team members with diverse background. If you have 3 members with technology background and from your same faculty, try to find another guy, team member, maybe from business faculty who can do a nice presentation, right? That is a good idea if you can explore. That will make your life much easier when you're competing in this competition. So that's pretty much all I wanted to cover, but I will stay on the call. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. Again, thank you MS Club and student ambassadors and Dr. Nuwan and everyone who supported in organizing this session today. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, sir. If you have any questions, Mr. Prabath, please drop them in the chat. Since there are no questions, I will continue. Before we invite our next speakers, I invite you all to fill the feedback form in the chat. Now, let's we welcome our next speakers who have pushed the boundaries of the Microsoft Imaging Cup competition. The team leadership, the runners-up in the Microsoft Imaging Cup competition 2022. Please share your experiences with us.
Yes, hello everyone, good evening, and thank you for the introduction. And I'm Kalpani Abesingha from Team Leadership. We had our Team Leadership completed with in the competition Microsoft Imagine Cup World Championship last year, and we were able to get the award as the runner-up with our project. So if I gave a brief introduction, what we had done and what was the project we competed in the competition. So our project was we had created application, a mobile application to identify learning disabilities in students, so that way the teachers and parents can identify these type of disabilities in early stage and help students to overcome their learning disabilities and help them to making their learning journey more easy and comfortable. So after we got the initial information regarding the competition, so we had applied with the business proposal about the introduction and what is the problem we have addressing through the our solution. So we I think even though now there are a bit changed rules, I think there's a additional round for now in the competition, but in our case we submitted the video and the document related to the overall solution, and we were competing with a CNU market round, and after winning that we were competing in the world finals round in Asia category with, I think in our category we competed with the health category, and there we had 5 competitors with total 16 teams. So I think the main the challenge you guys will be having is summarizing getting the overall picture of your product into 3-minute pitch. So for that, it's really important that you guys identify what is the main problem you are addressing through your solution. I believe that many of you are planning to compete in the competition with your research project or third year projects you have been working on. So for that, to get a clear idea what is the unique problem you're addressing through this solution, it's really crucial. So that way you can build your presentation and give them the overall idea how your product is going to address that problem in a unique way. If you can get the idea about that, that's going to be a key thing when you're going forward this competition. So I think in our case, we were lucky to identify that in the early stage of our solution, and going forward that it's really been easy to convince the judges or the people we have collaborated that why it's important to have this kind of solution. So I think the Microsoft Imagine Cup has been a great opportunity for us in our the academic journey. So through this competition we were able to, I think, collaborate with many people around the world. So when you are in the university, I think if you are collaborated with the community or in a your lectures or any competition, you are got to collaborate with very limited uh, set of people. But through this competition, you are got to collaborate with the people around the world. So the Microsoft Learn ambassadors, the MVPs all around the world, and also the students. So from different regions, from different countries, and the people who have different interest in the different type of technologies, you get to learn and collaborate with them and also present your idea. I think this type of platform you can't, I think you don't have any other competition or the platform like this to present your idea in the international level. So I think it's a really great opportunity for you guys. So I invite all of you guys to present your ideas. So don't be afraid to submit your ideas thinking that, oh, that this idea might not be that great, or my solution might not be that type of innovative or impressive solution. But don't hesitate to submit your ideas to competition. So uh, submit them. I think even those for our idea, the after we submitted, you got to collaborate with many people, with the different professionals around the world. So you got to groom your idea, make it into the business initial stage of, I think, startup. Now I think now they have incorporated this startup concept into the competition as well. So that way you can build a commercial product with your idea, the project you are continuing right now. So you got to collaborate with them, and even though in our case we got to meet a lot of people around the world throughout the competition, different collaborative sessions. So you got to learn how to pitch the idea, how you can uh, elevate or the upgrade your idea into real business product, how to pitch it to the panel. So the different aspects of the product that you may not encounter while developing idea in your campus, but it's a uh, real scenario that you go to experience how you can uh, elevate your idea into real business product. So that itself is a really great opportunity for you guys. And so I think there are a lot of resources, lot of resource persons that Microsoft will be allocating for you. So they are helping you throughout the competition. So don't be afraid to that this is going to be a hard, but no, there will be many resources that will be helping you guys throughout the competition. So there's people from Microsoft Sri Lanka, and also in the global context, the people from the different regions, they are helping you throughout the competition to the polish your idea, making helping you to develop the commercialization plan, how your product going to be on market, what is the things you need to consider when doing the pitch. So they are going to help. So submit your ideas that way you can elevate the idea you have and perform it in the global platform. Yes, so I invite you all of you guys to submit your ideas and be a part of the competition.
Thank you, Team Nana Shilpa. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat.
I think there's a question in the chat window that would be able to answer by Mr. Prabath.
Yeah, in the sense of Microsoft technology, this imply that competition should use Microsoft. Okay. I mean, we are giving 2,500 worth of OpenAI credits, right? I don't see a reason for you to use any other technologies while we have given that much of credits, right? And also, I don't think there is a technology out there specifically on Gen AI which can be par with OpenAI. I'm not going to discuss more about the competition and the competitive landscape here. You know what happened during some of the demos as well, right? How did you balance your academic works and the competition works? Oh, I think that is for Kalpani.
Yes, so I think it's a bit challenging, but so at the time we were competing, so all four of us were working full time. So since we were graduated, and but uh, since after working time you got to work with the idea, so we were talking in the meetings, online meetings. So actually throughout the competition, there I think there was not more than 2 or 3 times that we were met physically, all four of us. So I think nowadays the technology is really advanced, so you can do anything online, making presentations, discuss with others, and nowadays the collaborative tools are really being great. So you can balance everything. So I think it's a bit challenging, but I think the exposure and the things you learn throughout the competition, I think it's much more than the hardship you are facing while preparing the competition. So it gives more opportunities to you academically and also professionally, and you get many people to network throughout the world. I think by considering that part of the games, I think the challenging part is really small. So even though it's a bit challenging, I invite all of you guys to uh, submit your ideas and learn as much as you can throughout this journey?
I can also maybe add a few to what Kalpani mentioned. Now, in Kalpani's case, they were actually working, but we have seen students engaging in Imagine Cup and other competitions while being students at SLIIT. Uh, I think even Prabath echoed this now. The idea of you doing a degree, well, ultimately, of course, you do a degree, you spend 4 years at SLIIT to learn something. But I mean, so learning is something that we inherently do, but actually majority of you are doing a degree because you want to get a job. Now, to get a job, of course, it's good to have good grades. You have to complete your degree, but it doesn't mean that you just only have to do your studies and try to get all A's for your subject. So if you actually look at people who are doing really well in the industry after their graduation, you find students who have engaged in self-learning, doing their own thing, like getting involved with competitions, doing really well in the job market once they go out. So if you are a straight A student and even if you get a GPA of 4, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will be really great at a job. Because there are so many essential skills that you need to develop. Of course, the curriculum will help you, like you have various kinds of projects that you do in your academic journey. You have to do assignments, but nothing beats the knowledge that you gain or the experience that you gain in competing in a competition. So there are many competitions around, and one of the few international competitions that you can compete as a Sri Lankan is obviously, as Prabath mentioned, is the Imagine Cup. So even if you compete in other competitions, it's mainly local, but when you do engage in a competition, you build up a lot of soft skills or essential skills like working in a team, coming up with new ideas. So as the question is like, how do you kind of balance things? Of course, you have to get through subjects. You need to do the studies, go to the lectures and all that. But I think you can find the extra time to do that. So we have seen students who have engaged in additional work during their studies at the university do really well when they actually join the industry. That's because they acquire so many additional skills. They meet people, they develop their network, and when they actually go out and work in a company, those skill sets, I mean, other than the recognition, I mean, you have the recognition that you have done these great things and won these competitions, but it builds up your character so that when you actually go out there, you become more competitive in the industry. So in the industry, you are rewarded with what your capability. So if you are a capable person, you will actually go up in the ladder. So when you say capable, it's not only the technical skills, your your social skills, how you communicate with others, get your team working. Those skills are essential to take you up in the ladder in whatever organization that you work. I just wanted to add that to what Kalpani also mentioned.
And one thing I want to highlight is as well, so all four of us, from the third year onwards, we were working. So we were continuing our internship after third year, after completing 6 months, but we were continuing it till the graduation as well. So while working, we did the project and competed in the other competition and all the other things. So if you are passionate about your project and the work and the learning process, I think you can find time and manage time to do all the work and learning.
I hope all your questions are answered. As we wind up the Microsoft Imaging Cup Awareness Session 2024, I express my gratitude to our valuable speakers, Dr. Nuwan Kodagoda, Mr. Prabath Mannapperuma, and members of the team Nena Shilpa for making this a productive and valuable event. Thank you all for joining with us. And we look forward to seeing your participations for the Microsoft Imaging Cup Competition 2024. Until next time, take care.